Hello, welcome back. Let's read some more about aircrafts. I never get finished on Wikipedia. I like to make some video in my language Danish about gliders. But I like to read about it first. So I need a minute. Actually, I need something to drink, and I need to fix my bed. And I need something to drink. Need paper. Good. I'm uploading American Truck Simulator video. I need something to drink because I'm always very thirsty. This is not an English vlog video, but I just need a few minutes always to make myself ready. And I'm getting older every month, so I need more and more time to get ready. I will make some video in English later about glider aircrafts. But first I do it in my language Danish. Now my camcorder giving me problems. Yes. I need that because I'm freezing. Now I'm freezing. Is more to drink. So I have to close my door. Almost ready. I would like to use my big JVC camcorder for this, but it's out of power. No, I'm not ready because I cannot move my table. Because if I do that, this camcorder will fall on my floor. I'd like to take this slide off. Yes, now I forgot to put the speaker up. So like I said, I need some minutes to get ready. for some volts. I'm getting on soon 860. Voice.
Glider, Sailplane. Rolade and Schneider LS4, video. A glider sails over Gunma, Japan. A glider or sailplane is a type of glider aircraft used in the leisure activity and sport of gliding, also called soaring. 1. 2. High sun-powered aircraft can use naturally occurring currents of rising air in the atmosphere to gain altitude. Sailplanes are aerodynamically streamlined and so can fly a significant distance forward for a small decrease in altitude. In North America, the term sailplane is also used to describe this type of aircraft. In other parts of the English-speaking world, fjord glider is more common. Types. -25 self-launching two-seater glider. Gliders benefit from producing very low drag for any given amount of lift, and this is best achieved with long, thin wings, a slender fuselage and smooth surfaces with an absence of protuberances. Aircraft with these features are able to soar climb efficiently in rising air produced by thermals or hills. In still air, sailplanes can glide long distances at high speed with a minimum loss of height in between. Sailplanes have rigid wings and either skids or undercarriage. 2. In contrast, hang gliders and paragliders use pilots' feet for the start of the launch and for the landing. These latter types are described in separate articles, though their differences from sailplanes are covered below. Sailplanes are usually launched by winch or aerotow, though other methods, autotow and bungee, are occasionally used. These days almost all gliders are sailplanes, but in the past many gliders were not. These types did not soar. They were simply engine-less aircraft towed by another aircraft to a desired destination and then cast off for landing. The prime example of non-soaring gliders were military gliders, such as those used in the Second World War. They were often used just once and then usually abandoned after landing, having served their purpose. Motor gliders are gliders with engines which can be used for extending a flight and even, in some cases, for takeoff. Some high-performance motor gliders, known as self-sustaining gliders, may have an engine-driven retractable propeller which can be used to sustain flight. Other motor gliders have enough thrust to launch themselves before the engine is retracted and are known as self-launching gliders. Another type is self-launching touring motor glider, where the pilot can switch the engine on and off in flight without retracting the propeller. 3. History. Hanover H-1 Vampire, 1921. Sir George Kiley's gliders achieved brief wingborne hops from around 1849. 4. In the 1890s, Otto Lilienthal built gliders using weight shift for control. In the early 1900s, the Wright brothers built gliders using movable surfaces for control. In 1903, they successfully added an engine. After World War I, gliders were first built for sporting purposes in Germany. Germany's strong links to gliding were to a large degree due to post-World War I regulations forbidding the construction and flight of motorized planes in Germany, so the country's aircraft enthusiasts often turned to gliders. 5. And were actively encouraged by the German government, particularly at flying sites suited to gliding flight like Edwasser Cup. 6. The sporting use of gliders rapidly evolved in the 1930s and is now their main application. As their performance improved, gliders began to be used for cross-country flying and now regularly fly hundreds or even thousands of kilometers in a day. 7. 8. If the weather is suitable. Design. Early gliders had no cockpit and the pilot sat on a small seat located just ahead of the wing. These were known as primary gliders and they were usually launched from the tops of hills. though they are also capable of short hops across the ground while being towed behind a vehicle. To enable gliders to soar more effectively than primary gliders, the designs minimize drag. Gliders now have very smooth, narrow fuselages and very long, narrow wings with a high aspect ratio and winglets. The rigged glider in its trailer for storage and road transport. The early gliders were made mainly of wood with metal fastenings, stays and control cables. Later fuselages made of fabric-covered steel tube were married to wood and fabric wings for lightness and strength. New materials such as carbon fiber, fiberglass and Kevlar have since been used with computer-aided design to increase performance. The first glider to use glass fiber extensively was the Ecofly Stuttgart FS-24 Phoenix, which first flew in 1957. This material is still used because of its high strength tau-8 ratio and its ability to give a smooth exterior finish to reduce drag. Drag has also been minimized by more aerodynamic shapes and retractable undercarriages. Flaps are fitted to the trailing edges of the wings on some gliders to optimize lift and drag at a wide range of speeds. With each generation of materials and with the improvements in aerodynamics, the performance of gliders has increased. One measure of performance is the glide ratio. A ratio of 31 means that in smooth air a glider can travel forward 30 meters while losing only 1 meter of altitude. Comparing some typical gliders that might be found in the fleet of a gliding club, the Grunau Baby from the 1930s had a glide ratio of just 17:1. The glass fiber Libel of the 1960s increased that to 36:1, and modern flapped 18-meter gliders such as the ASG-29 have a glide ratio of over 51. The largest open-class glider, the ETA, has a span of 30.9 meters and has a glide ratio over 71. Compare this to the Gimli glider, a Boeing 767 which ran out of fuel mid-flight and was found to have a glide ratio of 12:1, or to the Space Shuttle with a glide ratio of 4.51.9. High aerodynamic efficiency is essential to achieve a good gliding performance, and so gliders often have aerodynamic features seldom found in other aircraft. The wings of a modern racing glider are designed by computers to create a low-drag laminar flow airfoil. After the wing surfaces have been shaped by a mold to great accuracy, they are then highly polished. Vertical winglets at the ends of the wings decrease drag. Left wing spar being inserted during rigging and so improve wing efficiency. Special aerodynamic seals are used at the ailerons, rudder and elevator to prevent the flow of aircraft control surface gaps. Turbulator devices in the form of a zigzag tape or multiple blowholes positioned in a span-wise line along the wing are used to trip laminar flow air into turbulent flow at a desired location on the wing. This flow control prevents the formation of laminar flow bubbles and ensures the absolute minimum drag. Bug wipers may be installed to wipe the wings while in flight and remove insects that are disturbing the smooth flow of air over the wing. Modern competition gliders carry jettisonable water ballast, in viewings and sometimes in the vertical stabilizer. The extra weight provided by the water ballast is advantageous if the lift is likely to be strong, and may also be used to adjust the glider's center of mass. Moving the center of mass toward the rear by carrying water in the vertical stabilizer reduces the required downforce from the horizontal stabilizer and the resultant drag from that downforce. Although heavier gliders have a slight disadvantage when climbing in rising air, they achieve a higher speed at any given glide angle. This is an advantage in strong conditions when the gliders spend only a small amount of time climbing in thermals. The pilot can jettison the water ballast before it becomes a disadvantage in weaker thermal conditions. Another use of water ballast is to dampen air turbulence such as might be encountered during ridge soaring. To avoid undue stress on the airframe, Gliders must jettison any water ballast before landing. Most gliders are built in Europe and are designed to EASA certification specification CS22, previously Joint Aviation Requirements 22. These define minimum standards for safety in a wide range of characteristics such as controllability and strength. For example, gliders must have design features to minimize the possibility of incorrect assembly. Gliders are often stowed in disassembled configuration, with at least the wings being detached. Automatic connection of the controls during rigging is the common method of achieving this. Launch and flight. Double aero to winch launch of glider. Ask